Hello, hope you can see me. Okay, excuse me, I wanted to put a quick video together just on some little tips from parts of Katas that I've seen over the last couple of weeks, especially with the recent public grading. So just some tips for you to bear in mind when you're teaching some of the lower grade Katas to your students. The first one was in Cypher. We had some students in Cypher, in the first move in Cypher, step in and then turn in. And that's incorrect for Cypher. Cypher is a kata. It's a feminine kata. It's a kata designed by a female, and it's a kata that teaches us the principles of not fighting toe to toe. It's a kata designed for smaller, weaker people, generally weaker people, defending themselves against bigger, stronger people. And that's not going to work toe to toe. So stepping into an attack this way is leaving yourself exposed, and it's taking someone on toe to toe, which is why in the kata, the principles of Cypher is to teach us to not fight toe to toe, to turn side on, to move around an opponent, not to be toe to toe, okay? So in Cypher, first move of Cypher, we must show we understand that by turning and stepping, okay? There's lots of reasons for the turn. We're protecting our groin, protecting our face. If someone grabs hold of us, we can turn, protect ourselves. If someone grabs our wrist, we can turn to protect ourselves in case they're going to grab and pull and strike us in some way. So grab by the wrist maybe, pull, turn the body away, protect yourself, turn, step in and break, okay? So that's the first thing in Cypher. In Basadai, we really need to break down the double blocks. So after you've done the reinforced Huchuke here, and we step back there, this one's okay. We pretty much just turn this way. Most people pretty much get, you know, these blocks separated, but it's the next two. So so from here, a lot of students come around and block Sotuuke, and they leave this hand dangling. Leave this hand, this one, dangling here. They're almost like they're thinking, they're preparing for the Uchuke before they finish the Sotuuke, and you get this sort of thing happening. Or even fully prepared, but it usually is just hanging. So we need to finish, boom, boom, this way, okay? So when you're teaching Basadai, you could break it down, break the counts down, you know, while they're learning it. 1, 2, boom, 3, turn, 1, 4. Separate the blocks so the students understand the complete, you know, each block's complete, and then they can start to put them together as a double count. Also in Basadai, and this is just really maybe a personal preference, I'm not sure whether it's you know, the only way to do it, but with the side kick, the low level side kick, try not to kick like you're kicking the bottom of a bouncy castle. So try not to sort of, like it bounces off something. You know, we're thrusting through, we're trying to take someone's leg out, you know, kick them in the leg, boom, this way, have the leg go. So hold that out there, you know, as long as you key out, then lift. Then when you lift your knee, back up, you should prepare at the same time. So we shouldn't go 1, 2, 3. We should go 1, 2. Okay. And always remember that in the majority of our turns in katas, we're not finishing this guy and turning to face this guy. Generally, a turn is you're still in this fight. You're still in this encounter. So think about what you could be doing. You know, we're not turning away to face somebody else. Maybe we're driving through the knee. You know, getting the knee, boom, collapsing like this. Yeah, and then maybe giving it a second stamp. You know, strike and then boom, strike again. And this returning hand in your Shutuuke could actually be seen as, so the guy's, you kick him down, his head's about here, his knee's been smashed in here, and then just, you know, elbow in the back of the head, straight through his leg again. So have that in your mind, that it's not, this guy's dead, now fight this guy, you know. It's, you know, this guy's nearly finished, let's finish him off, okay? So it's important when you go through katas that try and imagine what you could be doing and use the strength in your body rather than just go through the motions. Even if you don't know the bunkai, even if you don't know, and there's lots of bunkai, but even if you don't know it, even if you're not sure, what am I doing? You know, well, I have no idea. You're doing something to a person. You're doing something to a person who's bigger and stronger or more vicious than you. You're doing something to a person that wants to hurt you. So you wouldn't just, you know, get into position, even if it's just this. And you might think, I'm not sure, I don't know what this could be, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Just do it with strength, with strength, with strength. Makes sense? By the way, if you are wondering, it could be just grabbing someone's head and giving them a punch in the face, but there's a few things you could be doing there. But you're doing something. In our katas, we are doing something to someone or to stop someone. And so engage the core muscles, engage the muscles that you would be using to make that move. Don't just go from here to here, okay? You know, use your strength, use your strength, okay? What else did I see at the grading? Seongjin, a couple of things in Seongjin. At the beginning, so hopefully you can see my feet, okay? We don't need to do a really big, that's a bit of an exaggeration there. A bit faulty towers, no, faulty towers. Monty Python, silly walk for you. We don't need to sort of, you know, go like that. Okay, I'm overdoing it a bit, but people come all the way in, all right? It comes in slightly in out. I would say that the only reason it comes in slightly is to keep you balanced, because if I lift my leg to step, if I just want to go here to there, if I watch this shoulder, then I will lean, I will compensate slightly if I just lift to go to there. So by bringing the leg in slightly, just under my center of gravity, and that's all it is, it helps me keep myself stable, my shoulders, my hips level, comes in slightly and down, okay? That's all it's for. It's just a little siriashi in and out. It could be a takedown. You could be going in and then inside someone's knee as well. So there's multiple reasons for a little circular movement in the leg. Excuse me, but don't overdo it. Also on that move as well, we need to protect ourselves straight away. So we shouldn't be moving, then protecting. Makes sense? It doesn't happen so much on the first one. It probably happens more on the second one, where we move and then the hands come together. And that's not good, because you're going into combat unprotected. So and also this might, you know, this might be the finishing move, so we need to bring the hands in to take out. So just try and synchronize the movement with the hands, yeah? Try and get them together if you can. Well, not if you can't, just do it. But yeah, just try and get them together and not one after another. What else was there in Seongjin? This has been mentioned numerous times, but I'll say it again. Making sure here that we don't drop the elbow to strike, okay? Elbow strike, strike from there, boom, from here, like them old catapults in the old Viking films or medieval films we used to watch as kids, you know, with a big flaming ball in, yeah, hit the rope and it goes. So it's like one, and then from there, strike, bang, it finishes here, well, it doesn't need to start there. Same as cipher, back fist starts there. Back fist doesn't go 1, 2, okay? Like a bouncy ball. Back fist starts there, from here to there. Also in Kankadai as well, when it comes over your head, we shouldn't drop, then strike, just boom, from the top. But always, all back fists must finish in the same position, okay? If you think of our Uruuchi position, with the hand turned, okay? So, cipher, Seongjin, all those katas, okay? That was that. Also in Seongjin, there's a part where we go from a low stance. Let me think where we are. this way around, okay, where we go, we've just done the haruke, and we go from a low stance to a low wide stance to a high narrow stance, cat stance. And what we're seeing is the front foot is being left out on the first one. There's a big gap. And I'd imagine that's because in your mind, you're going from a low wide stance to a taller, thin stance. And the body's saying, whoa, steady on. Give yourself a bit of a wider, give yourself a bit of safety there. Let's just have the feet a little bit wider, just so they don't fall over. Because remember, you're also lifting and pushing down, not with the legs, but with the hips. Lift, push as well. So that's gonna mess with your balance. So just make sure you bring that one right in. Feel the thighs come together here. Okay, so you've got that foot in front of that heel, lift and strike, okay? Not have you cat stance out there. Happens quite a lot here where we go from low stances to high stances, and a karumpha, yeah? So, here, we go from this stance and we come up, and you see people just the legs drifts out a little bit. Give themselves a bit of balance, okay? So, there's some tips for you on Cypher Basai and Seongjin. I'm just quickly trying to think if there's anything else. They were the main ones. So just try and fix those with your students. But the main thing, the overall message that we're trying to put across over in recent lessons, in recent weeks, is to perform katas with purpose, perform katas with strength. Don't just go from A to B. Go from A to B with strength, with power, with your muscles. You're definitely engaged with someone. Even if you don't know the bunkai, even if you're not sure what it is you're doing, you are engaged with someone who's trying to hurt you. So use the guns. All right, nice one. See you in a bit.